Hi, it's Michael Lennox. I have here a $70 welding helmet and a $420 welding helmet. Which one should you buy? This is a SIG Weld Skill Essentials welding helmet. It retails for about $40, whereas this is a Lincoln Electric Viking 4C version 4 welding helmet, and it retails for about $400. Is it really worth spending this much on a welding hood when you can get a similar one for a tenth of the price? We'll start off with the SIG Weld. This got me by years of welding. Let's go over its advantages and disadvantages. It's affordable, it's lightweight, and that's pretty much where the road runs dry. This is the Lincoln Viking. It's got this extra little bit on the bottom to help protect your neck. The ratchet strap is more adjustable and is more secure on your head. The viewing area is much bigger. In fact, it's twice as big. It's 4x4 instead of 2x4. It's fully adjustable. On the SIG Weld, you can't adjust the shade, whereas on the Viking, you can. You can adjust it all the way from 9 to 5. Usual helmets only go from about 9 to 13. You can also massively adjust the sensitivity and delay time on this helmet, whereas with this one, there's only a very slight difference, either low or high. The ease of replacing things on this hood is so much greater. It's built for ergonomics, whereas this one is not. Another benefit of the Viking, this helmet can go way lighter than this one. This one is set around a shade 12 or something, whereas often I weld around a shade 7 with this one. You might think that sounds ridiculous, but I sometimes wear tinted glasses when I weld, so it doesn't hurt my eyes when other people are welding, and I don't get flashed. On to the final greatest advantage of this hood over this one. This one is so much clearer. It has the highest rating of clarity that any hood can have. It's a 1-1-1-1. With this one, you can't see anything at all. With this one, it's so clear. In welding, you have to see the puddle. It's very important to know how the puddle's looking, and that'll determine what your weld looks like, and you can see the behavior of the weld. You won't really take that seriously until you get a helmet that is high quality, where you can see exactly what the puddle's doing. This, you can't see anything at all. You just see that a weld is being made. I'm gonna run you through an analogy. Let's say for your whole life you run around with a hearing loss. You don't do anything about it because you can make it work. Until you go to a doctor and you get a hearing aid, and then you think, really, are those what things sound like? Because they're just so much clearer. That's the difference between what this is and what this is. It is so much clearer on one of these. Back in my day job, I was using this hood, and I was doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of welds over and over and over again, and I was always disappointed because I could not see what I was doing. I went to the store, I got one of these and came back, and the first weld I made crushed all the other ones, and that was because I could finally see what I was doing. The arc just looked so nice and crisp, and I could see everything around it where I needed to strike and which direction the weld was going into. It sounds like I'm bashing on these $50 hoods, but I'll tell you, these have some clear advantages over these ones. First, these are lighter. If you weld all day, you're gonna need something that doesn't stress your neck as much, especially if you have to walk around with your hood on, like this. Because the lever arm, it hurts your neck more. This is heavier and it's longer, meaning the mechanical advantage is greater, meaning it's a lot of stress on your neck. If you aren't used to it, these can be a real pain. Second reason, cost and value for money. These cost about 10 times less than what these do. And for your money, you're getting a lot more. This is called diminishment of return. The more you spend on something, the less you get for your product. This is not 10 times as good than this. It's probably about 3 or 4 times as good. On to the last point of this helmet's advantages. With this one, they idiotically put the controls right there. So when you flip your helmet down, the controls smash you in the chin. This is unbelievably painful. Whereas this one, the controls are put, you can't see it, but they're put above the lens. This is just something that you'll have to get used to if you get this specific model of hood. But please, Lincoln, can you fix it? So most helmets can be differentiated by the price range. This helmet is pretty similar to the ones in its price range, and so can this one be. So how much money should you spend on a hood? I know I've used the specific models of the helmets in this video, but I'm more talking about the price range that both of these come from. You can find many helmets for around $40 or $50, and many helmets in the 400s. I welded in this one for years without much of a problem. It's only until I went into a full-time welding job that I needed to get this one. This one will get you by, but when you really want to step up your level in welding, I highly suggest getting a good helmet. If you're just starting out, I recommend you get an affordable auto-darkening hood. But if you really want to step up your welding game, I'd recommend you spend a little bit more. Don't be ashamed to spend a little bit more money on a welding hood. These will last you a lifetime, and it makes a massive difference between the more expensive ones and the cheaper ones. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks y'all, see ya. It's 4x2 instead of 2x4. I want to run you through an analogy. I'm going to run you through an analogy, but this is generally talking about the general. I know I've used the price range of the helmets in this video. I know I've used the specific model of the price auto darkening